good with your peace and blessings to the good energy PC, to the good energy people. Peace, peace. Much love. Listen. We're going to deal with this subject real quick. I got to go. I don't have that much time. It's going to be really quick. Much love. If you could do me the favor and please tag someone. If you can do me the favor to please press follow on this page. If you go over to YouTube, David Adams Podcast, please press subscribe. I'm going to get right into the topic. The topic is basically, is it a good thing to date or marry a woman with children? Is it a good thing for the young brothers that's coming up with no children to date a woman with children? Now, let me just give you what women have always said. They don't want the problem of dealing with children when dating a man. They don't want the drama of a baby mama. They don't want the extra attention that someone else is going to be getting that's not going to be going towards them. And a whole host of other reasons of why women who have no children, who's concerned solely also about their career, dealing with a man who has children. So here are some of the reasons that this young lady, shout out to children-free Black women, this young lady mentioned, why are some of the reasons? 5, that is. And there's many more that some have always pushed around many years ago. So I'm speaking to you, young men with no children, have never ever dated a woman with children. Here is some of the reasons women say they don't date men with children. Here we go.
Hey y'all, it's LT, and I am going to be talking about the top 5 reasons why I do not want to date men with children. This is probably a long time coming video, but I finally have a little bit of time today that I wanted to record and hopefully get this uploaded for you. But I just wanted to discuss the reasons why I'm just not feeling dating men with children right now. I am 36 years old. And I think right now, this is the time in my life that I'm trying to just do what I need to do, and also trying to advance my career opportunities as well. So I think dating...
You hear that, young men? Her main goal, she is definitely trying to advance her career. And that is a great reason that she don't want to deal with a man with children. I applaud her for that. But lo and behold, she's 35, 36. So at this time in her life, her career is much more important, right? She's elder in her age. She's at that age where she probably won't be able to have children. Today, some of them are freezing their babies in the womb or freezing their eggs and things like that, so that they can possibly have children in the near future after they conquer their career. That's the new wave going on right now. But more reasons why she, as a woman, don't want to have a child or don't want to date a man or marry a man with children.
Men with children right now, and I am currently single, but I think dating men with children is probably not for me. And I'm going to discuss my top 5 reasons why. The number one reason why I don't want to date men with kids is just the simple fact that I do not want to deal with anybody's crazy ex. I don't want to deal with nobody's crazy ex-wife, ex-girlfriend, and I don't want nobody else to dictate what goes on in my household. Because I've seen it in other friendships that I've had in the past where one of my girlfriends would date a guy with children, and the ex-wife or ex-mom always dictated what went on in their household. So if they wanted to plan a trip, if they wanted to go somewhere with a child, she always had an attitude about where they were going and all that kind of stuff. And
Very good point. Very good point. Let's listen.
just don't want to deal with that. I don't want nobody to control what goes on in our household but me and my future husband. So that's probably the number one reason. A second reason why I don't want to date men with kids is because a lot of times I've noticed that the men are not really financially able to date. Like, it really hinders their finances because they are, 9 times out of 10, they're probably ending up paying child support. And I don't want to be in a situation where we're not able to do a lot of things because he is just not financially there that he can afford it. Like, I don't want to be in a situation if I want to go out to dinner, if I want to go traveling, if I want to do anything. I just don't want to be in a situation where I'm not able to afford to do that because he has to pay child support for his kid. Now,
All right, all right. She's, looking at the situation in a, what can she get? What would she be able to benefit? She wants to benefit from this relationship, and not have no one else come involved to block whatever blessings that possibly her and that man can have. Understandable.
granted, he does need to take care of his child and pay whatever that needs to be paid. But if it's
But she don't care nothing about that. She only concerned about herself, and rightfully so if that's how she feel. All right, she has a right to not want to deal with a man who have children.
gonna also hinder you into doing other things with me, then I just don't feel like it's gonna be a good idea for me to date somebody with kids because of that reason as well. Another reason why I don't want to date guys with kids is just I really don't think that, I'll say it this way. Okay, so I've noticed in the past where kids have been just so disrespectful, and I don't want to be in a situation where a kid is not doing the things that I ask them to do at the household, and they always want to, they're quick to say, hey, you're not my mom, hey, you're not my dad. I don't want to be in a situation where a kid's going to give me attitude if they ask them to do anything. And 9 times out of 10, the child is gonna always have an attitude if they want to tell their biological mom what's going on, and then I have to hear her mouth. I don't want to deal with all that.
Yeah. Keep listening. Keep listening, young men. Keep listening.
I don't want to deal with a child being disrespectful in my house.
Because a lot of women think like this. I'm not saying all. A lot of women think like this. Unfortunately, men was taught to think the opposite.
Because especially where I'm paying the bills, I do not want to be in that situation. The fourth reason why I don't want to date men with children is because that man's family, because they're so used to having the biological mom in the picture, they're probably going to treat you a certain type of way because you are not the child's mom. And if your man brings you over to their home, like, hey, this is a new woman in my life, and if he has, his parents, his siblings, they're probably not going to treat you as well as they were probably the biological mom who was there in the picture. So I just don't want to have to deal with, his family treating me rudely or treating me a certain type of way because I feel that, hey, sorry things didn't work out between the ex, but I'm here now and I'm in the picture.
Look at that. No hard feelings. No hard feelings. It ain't it's what I need right now, and you're not able to give me that. And I don't want to deal with that extra curriculum situation that you had going on with 2 other men or 3 other men or 1 other man. I mean, or 3 other women or 1 other, you know what I mean? You get what I'm saying. She don't want to deal with that other woman's baggage that you have going on. All right? She don't want to deal with it. You get what I'm saying. Let's listen.
Picture, and especially if you guys are getting serious about each other, it's just better to not have to deal with that either. And probably the last reason why I don't want to date men with children is because I don't think children are for me. I'm gonna be honest. I am currently child free. I don't think that I want to have any children at all. And
that's why she's 35, 36 with no children at all. Okay, she don't want it. This is her preference. She don't want no children. Okay, now
I think that dating a man with children is really going to hinder the stuff that I plan on doing with my life, as far as my career, as far as any opportunities I see in the future, as far as me traveling and other things I want to do. I think that having a child right now in the picture is probably going to hinder all of that. So I'm going to upload another video as well, so the reasons why I'm child free.
So you got it. You got it.
And I'm also going to do a child free tag to hopefully.
So you got the gist of what I was saying regarding women not wanting to have or date, or marry a man with children. She broke down those reasons. Some of those reasons, a lot of women feel the same exact way. Those narratives, beliefs, reasons, opinions, perspectives was pushed around for many years ago, and some of them still stand to this day. Unfortunately, men was pushed to feel like I supposed to step in and save the woman. I'm going to let you know today, young men who haven't dealt with any women with children yet. I'm talking to you. I'm not speaking to those who already dealt with women with children. I'm not speaking to those who have great success with dealing with women who have children. I'm not speaking to none of you, so please do not come in the comment board talking about not all. That's who I am not talking about all. I'm speaking specifically to those who don't have any children, those men, and I'm speaking to those men who haven't yet dealt with any women with children. All right, who are on their road to success. You already heard what this young lady said, who is 30 something. Okay, now again, a lot of men was pushed, the narrative was pushed to them that it's okay to save a woman who have made bad decisions in their life, whether it's 2, 3, 4, or 5. There's something about that made men feel like I have to be able to go, and if I love her, I have to take the whole package deal and marry her, adopt those children, and things of that nature. But I'm here to tell you, young men, if you haven't gotten into that realm of life as of yet, where you actually fell in love with a woman who have children, I'm going to let you know that that might not be a good decision for you. Real talk. Especially if you are on the grind of trying to become a better version of yourself. Just as that woman who is taking on the mindset really of how men think anyway. You understand? She's taking on that mindset from Jump Street on how men think. I'm going to make the better version of myself. I don't want no man with kids because I'm trying to tackle this career, and I think it's not for me right now. And I don't want to deal with no other woman's children. I don't want nobody else coming in and deciding on what we should do or what we can do or what we can't do because you have children by her. I don't want no outside forces to deal with what we got going on here. I don't want no other woman's children in my home that's going to be rebellious and disrespectful and all that good stuff. This is how she's thinking, which is how men should be thinking. You understand? The young men who have no children, who's looking to make a family with for themselves and not take on someone else's children. Now, I'm not saying that there is no success in dealing with a woman with children. That's not what I'm saying. Not at all. There are great situations where men have come into the children's life with a woman and made a really big, great family and was very successful and blended families together. His children, her children, whatever the case may be, or just her children. Eventually, he had children by her in the future. I'm not talking about those families. I'm not talking about those situations. I'm specifically talking about those who haven't got there yet and those who don't have any children at all as of yet. You have to really, really be careful when it comes to dating someone with children. Although sometimes it looks like it's peaches and cream from the outside. But behind closed doors, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in that man's head. There's a lot of pressure. There's all types of things going on. So you have to be mindful of that. To the young men, it's okay to feel like and think like, you know what? I don't want to deal with a woman with no children. You have that right, bro. Don't get it twisted. It's okay not to want to deal with a woman with no children. It's okay to do that. You have that right. Just like this young lady and many other young women felt the same exact way. All right? Let me give you a little something of how some men who think this way as well, who don't want to deal with children, because the reason is they got a lot at stake. A lot of men don't even want to get married because of what they have to lose. Sometimes it's a lose-lose situation dealing with today's women. They see that a lot of women get in relationships and they take everything from them once they're married. This is one of the reasons why some men don't want to get married or deal with a woman with children or deal with single mothers, period.
Mothers or men always talking about single mothers, this, that, and the third. This is a perfect example as to why. Because again, you expect this man to come in, be the man of the house, pay all the bills, be romantic, do all that, be a father to a son that he didn't have. That's not my son.
But he has no say-so.
But he has no say-so in the discipline. He has no say-so in the guidance. He has no say-so in how this house is going to be ran. And
same thing the young lady was saying prior to this particular clip. The same exact thing. She thinks just like men would think or supposed to think when coming into a new family or trying to build a family. You understand? Just like the lions or the and the wildlife, they don't come over and take care of those other kids. Them lions kill them kids. You know what I mean? That woman that mentioned what she mentioned earlier, she wouldn't care about no other kids. Her thing is, it's about me. I don't want to deal with nobody with no other kids. Let's listen.
Regards to your son. So how do you expect me to be the man of the house when every time that I try to tell him something that's right, you bucking the system because you getting emotional? Because you, damn the message I'm saying.
Right.
You processing it as, no, you can't tell my baby nothing.
Because it's my baby.
It's my baby.
Yep.
So as a man, how enticing is that of a situation to walk into?
It's not a good deal. If you look at it from a business perspective, if you're looking at it from an opportunity, if you're looking at it with a contract, it's not a good deal. It's a lose-lose situation for you to the young man. I'm just keeping it 100. Most people are not going to tell you that. I'm keeping it 100.
That's why men don't want to date single mothers. That's why.
That's it. Shout out to Cruise Season. Much love, Cruise Season. Yeah, so there you have it. On that, let me give you a little more from an elder guy. All right.
I have the utmost respect for all females, but this is a male advisory channel. Gentlemen, I would not advise you to marry a single mother. Here are the 8 disadvantages of marrying a single mother. 1, you can never discipline that child. It's not good. 2, if the mother leaves, that's it. You have no hold over the child at all.
See, they saying the same thing. They all saying the same exact thing. Lose-lose situation. You can't even discipline that child. Some of them will be so upset and mad if you scream or yell or try to correct the child in any old kind of way because they feel like that's mine, it ain't yours. That's mine. He got a father. He's involved. You can't say nothing to, you're like a prisoner in your own house. You understand? To the young men.
Even though you had an emotional bond with that child, doesn't matter. If the mother is pissed off at you, she will use that against you. 3, your resources goes into another man's DNA. 4, if it's a girl, huge problem. All it takes is female teenage rage for her to accuse you of any sexual act. The mother will never ever believe you over her child, and the relationship will never be the same again. 5, there will never be spontaneous sex. 6, you will always need a babysitter. 7, you will always be in a relationship with the father of the child as well. You will never have time to build a relationship with the mother alone. Relationships are hard enough as it is. You shouldn't have a third person involved. And
wow, that's deep. He said you will always be in a relationship with that father. You will always be in some type of relationship with that father, even if the father's not around. How so? Mentally and emotionally. Those children, especially if they know their father already, you as the stepdad will never be able to get away from that by just looking at them children. You see another man's situation automatically. To the young brothers, once again, I am not speaking to those who have been in those situations. Once again, I am not speaking to those who were or have passed in those situations. I'm not speaking to you. I'm speaking to those who have opportunities who have opportunities not to get in any of those situations, who have better choices in life right now, to not be involved in situations that will possibly hinder them from their success. That's who I'm talking to. Just as you heard the young lady speak on why she don't get into a relationship with the man with children. All right, so you would speak the same way, I think, to your little brother, to your little cousin, and you will speak the same way, speaking to the young ladies, to your sons. You will give them that type of information as well. I'm quite sure. I'm quite sure you would not want your son dealing with a woman with 2, 3, 4, or 5 children from another situation. I'm sure of that. So that's all I have for you today. I just wanted you to chime in and take that information and roll with it. Much love and respect. Hope to talk to you guys soon. Thank you for chiming in. Much love. Please, please press follow. Please go over to YouTube and press subscribe. Much love and respect. Thank you for listening. May God continue to bless each and every last one of you. D.A.P. David Adams Podcast.